Did AB5 cause Uber to blink? Or is this just one more weapon in its arsenal? Let's talk about it. Welcome everyone, Mark here from Mark's Travel Time. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please click my face down there in the corner and ring that bell icon so you know when I post new videos. Whether you are a passenger or a driver with Uber, in California at least, this should interest you. Uber just sent out a notification to drivers, and here's what it says. I'll show a picture of it here. A simpler picture of your earnings. When you drive with Uber, your earnings come from riders. Yes, it does. That's the only place money can come from. When I'm a passenger with Uber, I'm paying my driver. From these earnings, you pay a service fee to Uber for using our technology platform. This is really, really important because what they are doing is stepping away. They're distancing themselves from being employers for the drivers. What they are saying is the rider pays the driver and the driver pays Uber. That is significant. If you've never seen anyone evaluating it like this before, if you've never seen an analysis of this particular report that mentions that, your ears should perk up because that's the most important thing about this notification. I didn't see anything about it mentioned in any of the news stories, and that's why I want to bring it to your attention. When you drive with Uber, your earnings come from riders. From these earnings, you pay a service fee to Uber. Very significant that they are establishing that order. All right, let's continue. We're now capping that fee at 25% of the trip fare on Uber X trips. What does this mean? It means very little. It means Uber is moving back to where they were. When I started driving for Uber, what is it, almost 3 years ago now? That's what it was. It was a 25-75 split. And a lot of people who watch this channel were saying, Mark, all we want is to go back to when it was a split. Way back when it was a 20-80 split. Then it went to 25-75. Uber's going back to it. All right, let's move on. There's some other important things here. Then it says, you'll always see the service fee up front, so you'll know what you're paying them. When it says capped at 25, it means they may not even charge that 25%. Boy, do I hope this would spread throughout the whole country. I believe personally it would be a good thing for Uber drivers. A driver that's happy is going to give me better service. Time and distance rates have not changed. So that means what they charge me as a passenger is going to be consistent. In other words, in an effort to make more money, they're not going to charge the passenger more, and that way their percentage is larger. No. What they're saying is they're going to keep the time and distance the same, and they are going to cap it at 25% of that, which they keep. Earnings are still based on a trip's total time and distance, and you'll see the estimated earnings up front. Now, here's another thing. Passengers and drivers, you may remember when they had the surge multiplier. What that means is they would say if it's a 2-time surge and it was normally a $5 ride, us passengers are going to pay $10. And that extra money, some of it, hopefully, goes to our drivers, right? But sort of, not really. Since it's a percentage of the whole fee. So yes, the drivers get more money, but they don't get all of it. Uber gets more money as well because they're getting their 25%. These multiples, which will be shown on your map, will reflect the higher rate riders pay when demand is high. Then they say exact fares from Uber Pool is going to be also shown up front. And that was something that drivers were mumbling and grumbling about. So now you're going to be able to see the exact fare, including every additional pickup added to the route. So that is great. And then it says Quest and Boost promotions, which really is not so important to passengers. That's more encouragement and incentive for drivers to get out there and take more rides or work during busier times or whatever extra promotion they want to put in place. So why is this important? In many ways, it seems like it's not important. They're just backpedaling. They're backsliding. They're going back to where they were, as I said, 3 years ago. But why it's good is Uber has been, in the eyes of many drivers, being less than fair with them in paying them what they feel they're worth. And now it's great because drivers are now getting money that they are earning through their hard work. And passengers, we know now that when we pay that extra fee, whether it be through surges or just through the fees that we're paying, that we are helping that driver. And I believe we're going to be getting better service. Now, it is Joe time. I didn't announce that at the beginning of the video. Now, I want to read something that came from the, where's this from? The Chronicle? Yeah, I think this is from the San Fransisco Chronicle. And the headline, this is their take on the story. Uber makes major changes to California rides as gig work law takes effect. They are making the connection. Do you think there is a connection between AB5 taking effect and Uber making these changes? Yeah, I kind of think so. Mainly because the changes are happening in California, no place else. But I'd like you to read this take, and especially hear from a politician. All right. On Wednesday morning, Uber mailed 150,000 California drivers and millions of passengers to alert them of overhauls. It's what I just told you about. The changes seek to establish that drivers are running independent businesses because AB5 offers some exemptions for business-to-business relationships. Now, they're not saying it exactly as clearly as I think I did, but that's what they're talking about when it establishes that flow of money. It goes from rider to driver, and then driver pays Uber a percentage. It's so significant. It seems like a minor thing, but that is the crux of what they're trying to do. They're trying to show that we truly are, as drivers, independent contractors. And then it gives a quote from a company. You know I am fond of the quotable quotes. These changes may take some getting used to, but our goal is to keep Uber available to as many qualified drivers as possible without restricting the number of drivers who can work at any given time. We want your Uber experience to be excellent, and fewer drivers on the road would mean more expensive and less reliable service for you. I agree with that. I think the more drivers that get on the road, me as a passenger, I love to have a lot of drivers on the road because then I can get served more quickly. Now, drivers, from a driver's perspective, that waters down the market and it makes driving less lucrative. However, I think that's changing a little bit. It says it changes take some getting used to. I don't think so. I don't think they'll take any getting used to at all. It's just the old way of doing things. Nothing really changes so much the way that it's operating. It's just the way that the monies are dispersed that's changing. Now, this next thing is, I found this pretty amusing. AB5 author, Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez, Democrat San Diego, is reacting to the Washington Post article that said Uber has run a secret internal task force to devise ways to shield it from the new law. I don't know if there's a secret internal task force. It's like specters at work there. Is it any secret that a company like Uber, when a law passed that affects them, they're going to get a team working on it? There is nothing, I don't think, secret about this. I think it's pretty obvious and pretty clear. As a matter of fact, I would think that a company was not being very effective if they didn't form some kind of committee and some kind of task force to look into this. So that's Lorena Gonzalez's take on it. It's a secret internal task force. But this is really funny because we are going to look at that's from a Twitter, or what is this from? Uber. And then she lists a bunch of things. We want an exemption from AB5. Yes, they did. We won't follow AB5. I don't know if they said that outright. I think she is oversimplifying here. AB5 doesn't apply to us. Yes, they said that. We will exempt ourselves from AB5 by initiative. We will sue California about AB5. Yes, they did that. Oh, wait. We'll change our business model to try to fit AB5. Now, all those things, that's a very sarcastic post there, right? But isn't that what you're trying to do when you pass regulation? Get a company to conform to it? And Ms. Gonzalez seems a little upset that Uber isn't making drivers employees, but instead choosing to change their business model to fit AB5. I've been saying all along, come January 1st, Uber is not going to make drivers employees. They're going to find ways around it. They're going to do it through lawsuits. They're going to do it through delays. And now they're doing it through what she says, changing her business model. If they have to conform to fit the law, they're just not conforming the way she wants. Is it the way drivers want? I kind of think so. I think going back to a 75-25 split is something drivers want. I think letting them know up front is what they want. I've been hearing from drivers, for the most part, that the surge multiplier is what they want. As a matter of fact, that looks pretty good to me. If that comes to Wisconsin, I might actually start driving again. So that's it. I think this is interesting. I think it's significant. I do believe it is a direct response to AB5. I think it's a clever move on Uber's part. I think it benefits drivers. I think it's good for passengers. And I don't know, maybe Assemblywoman Gonzalez just has to lick her wounds. Either way, maybe her bill did something for the better. What do you think? As always, I encourage you to like and share the videos. Leave your comments down below. If you haven't already, click my face to subscribe and click that bell icon up above so you know when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Mark, and this is Mark's Travel Time.